All right, so welcome you guys. I am Rachel Mitchell, and I am Abby and I are your hosts for your call tonight, and I'm going to mute you guys if just so it's not too loud, but you can unmute yourself, okay? But I am Rachel Mitchell. Abby Burgess and we co-run our new coach training together, and these Wednesday night calls are kind of your lifeline, honestly, for the beginning of your business. I remember being a new coach, and I got on every team call. I got on every new coach call. I listened to the national wake up calls, and I was not your girl who you expected to succeed in this business. But I can tell you for sure from my own experience that learning from other coaches, and let me say, not comparing yourself to other coaches, but learning from other coaches and the resources that we give you is going to be really, really key to your success in this business. You have virtually unlocked a gold mine with your $140, $160 investment into your business, and we are excited to tell you how to use that. So like I said, I am Rachel Mitchell. I've been a coach for 5.5 years, actually almost 6, I think now, in this business. And gosh, you guys, God has used this business in ways I never, ever, ever imagined. And including, obviously refining my faith, increasing my trust in Him, giving me a platform to share Jesus and to encourage other women, bringing me home to my family from a full-time teaching job. Like, oh my gosh, I could go on about what this business has done, but it started right here. It started with a decision to invest in my business, to show up for these trainings, to use this business activity tracker like it was my Bible for this business, which it kind of is, and to just show up even on the days where it's hard, okay? So Abby, myself, we have some coaches. Suzanne's on here. She is a coach on my team who is doing great things. Lindsay's on here. She just crushed her first month as a coach, and so you will hear from myself, from Abby, and from some other coaches on our team. So just ask us anything, but tonight is all about helping you get started right, okay? So we are a team of women who are, getting to know ourselves. Honestly, our business starts with us, and we want to help you guys get your own transformation. We want to help you understand how to love your body, how to take care of it, how to honor God with the choices that you make. And that starts with our fitness programs and the products that we use, including Shakeology. That's kind of the main one, but you may also use Energize, our go-go juice, to recover, our post-workout, whatever it is. We want to help you guys get results so that you're passionate, excited to share with other women what you're doing and invite them into your business, right? So it does start with getting to know what we offer, the workouts, the products, the supplements, things like that. And honestly, we know from experience that you will fall in love with Shakeology. You will fall in love with the trainers. You will fall in love with the community, the challenge groups, if you just give it a chance and you show up consistently, not for us, not for anyone but yourselves. And when you start to get results, you are going to be so excited to share on social media. You're going to be so excited to go to your friend, your sister, somebody following you or watching your stories and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to do it with me? All right. And so we help people change their lives, starting with us, with the products that Team Beachbody offers. And honestly, you guys, I was having conversations with friends about Beachbody today, and they were like, oh, what about this? And what about this lifestyle? And what about this? And I was like, you know what? I have trust and faith in Beachbody. Not just that, but I have trust and faith that God led me to this company. And I have trust and faith in what they have done because I'm doing the workouts. I'm following the nutrition plans. They've changed my life, and I will tell people about it all day long. All right. And that's the point that we want to help you guys get to. All right. And so you are going to build a business based on your own belief in the products and then telling other people about it. Now, some things that we want you to be aware of, some resources that you have at your fingertips. You obviously have a Coach online office. You should have gotten an email immediately when you signed up as a coach from Team Beachbody and directed you to your Coach online office. Honestly, we're going to encourage you guys to use those trainings that are in your Coach online office more than anything. They have the best training. Abby and I didn't have this when we were new coaches. But now those trainings in your Coach online office are amazing. So go there, start with the brand new getting started, then go to Success Starters or Success Club and just watch those trainings. You have our team pages, you have our team calls. Honestly, Abby and I run a lot of team calls together on Monday nights, so watch for those. Those are designed to help you grow your business. The Team Beachbody Champions page, you can YouTube stuff. We are like YouTube Google queens. If we didn't have an answer, we looked for it ourselves. And then there are also the Beachbody FAQs, and one of my favorite things from day one and even to now is our national wake up call. It is every Monday morning at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8 o'clock Pacific Standard. That's 11 Eastern Time. So whatever time zone you're in, that is a great call. Now, I want to tell you, you're going to be like, Rachel, I'm overwhelmed. We have all these calls. We have all these trainings. I would make this call your number one priority. I would make the national wake up call your number two priority. And then after a month or two, as you get accustomed to what you're doing, team calls are very important. So number one, Coach Basics call. Number two, national wake up call. Number three, the team calls. And all of these calls are recorded. So, you know, what I would do as a brand new coach is I got on most of the calls, but I would listen. I was muted and my video was off and I was like putting babies to bed or washing babies' bottoms or something like that. But I listened to everything in my own time, and we encourage you guys to do that. And just map out your week. Like, it's not going to be normal. It's not going to be comfortable at first, but get uncomfortable and you'll go really far. Abby, do you want to pick up?
Yes, I totally will pick up. So we are so excited to have you guys here, and everything that Rachel said is perfect. These are like the secret sauce. Like, we are letting you guys in on the secrets of how to build a rocking business, and it's this right here. I have been a coach for 5 years now, like Rachel, elite team. We've both had elite teams in the top couple hundred of the company. So we know through experience what we're doing. And this is the magic right here, guys. It's just these 4 vital behaviors. So you're going to hear this talked about a lot. These are the things that are non-negotiables in your business every day, whether you only have 5 minutes to do each of them, or you have 2 hours in your day to work them. This is where you want to focus. So the very first thing is being proof that the products work. And we'll talk about this more in a little bit, but just truly taking care of yourself first. Everyone who starts as a coach is always so nervous about being salesy or doesn't want to be that person. But the truth is, if you are feeling amazing, if you are getting results, if you are loving your journey and you are showing that, it doesn't feel spammy or salesy. It's just like you're talking to someone about a restaurant you love and found, or an awesome sale or something like that. So the very first work starts with you. And I love that about what we do as coaches. I always say coaches get the best results because you're accountable and committed to something that's bigger than just you. So on the days when I don't want to show up, or I just want to binge, or I don't want to eat healthy, it gives me that extra layer of accountability, which is incredible. The next thing, and this is probably the one next to taking selfies that people get really nervous about, but we're going to coach you through this. We have a whole call all about this. We're going to train you on it, but is sharing your journey, starting conversations, and connecting with them. And so what that means is not going and cold messaging every person you've ever seen on Instagram to invite them to join your boot camp, okay? That's not what we want you to do. We don't want you to be that person, but we do want you to consistently, every single day, and boldly add value through sharing your story. So we'll get into this more, but what that means is, sharing your workout, sharing what are you packing in your kids' lunch to keep them healthy, or how are you getting in your water? What is really inspiring you? How are you staying committed to getting your workout done? Just adding value, encouraging, inspiring, educating people. And then as they engage on your social media, as they're watching your stories, as they're commenting or liking on your posts, that gives you an open door to connect with them, to say, hey, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. And to invite them like, hey, I'm going to be kicking off my first boot camp. I'm so excited. Would you like to do this with me? We'll coach you through that, but it doesn't have to be scary. That's all it is. Personal development, and I think Rachel said this as well. This is the thing that I skipped as a new coach. I was like, I don't need this. I'm a happy person. And this is a game changer for your business, guys. So we're going to ask that you spend at least 10 minutes a day, whether it's listening to something on Audible or a podcast or actually reading a book, whatever works for you. But your mindset, this is a personal development business. And is one of those things that you are going to go through bumps in the road where maybe you feel nervous or scared, or someone says a comment that hurts your feelings a little bit, or you just don't know what to say. This is where I get 90% of my ideas for captions. This is what pulls me into the right mindset as I'm writing a post and really sharing a journey in the right heart and headspace. And it's what's going to inspire you. And what we mean by personal development, and I'd recommend, I should go grab it, but The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. I believe it's about $11 on Amazon. I think Rachel's going to hold it up. This was, I think, our very first books as a coach. Guys, this is this should be number one. You go order it tonight. It is a game changer book, not only for your business, but quite honestly for your marriages and your parenting, and just showing up and learning the slight edge of the little tiny behaviors that add up to big results. You know, we like having big dreams. We like talking about all these exciting things, but if you're not doing the daily unsexy work, it doesn't matter. So that's what this personal development is going to do for you. And then our next job is just the fun stuff, right? It's getting people the same results just like we are doing when they get plugged into our groups. So that is that one. So first commit to your group. So for you, what that's going to look like is, I'll just is we are going to have you, so you can start your own. I would recommend, honestly, that you start your own BOD group. We can kind of tell you guys more about that in our Facebook group for our training, but this is going to be important. You're going to start your own group, and even if it's just your mom and your best friend in there, it's your exclusive accountability club, and you are going to learn from us how to mentor. You should absolutely be participating in one of our challenge groups, and you can definitely invite your first people to myself's or Rachel's or your coaches. But I would also strongly, strongly encourage you, not that we don't love you in our groups, because we do, but your people need to start seeing you as a leader. And so it's really helpful for you just to kind of get that started. So you are going to be inviting to your June boot camp. It's going to be kicking off in a couple weeks here, and we'll talk you through that. So that's step one. And this is just an example. This was a post that I did sharing kind of my journey. So I went through, this was when I was doing, I believe, lift 4, if I remember right, as postpartum with my daughter. And I just committed to every single week. You don't have to do this, but I committed to every single week just sharing a weekly transformation update. And you can see, I tend to write a lot. You don't have to write that much. But I share more about less than just like, oh, cool, I gained some new core muscles or lost some baby fat, and more about the reason of why I'm helping women and how it's changing my life. So you're going to want to kind of dig deep and share your heart, and that's what inspires others. Do you want me to do this one?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go back to Abby's post. I think it is really important, you guys, to take those weekly, those pictures, take your measurements weekly, you know, like really and truly your body. We say this a lot, and I know it can sound kind of weird, but your body is your business. And that does not mean you have to have a perfect body. That does not mean that you need to, you know, just absolutely slay your results, but you do need to take this seriously, because one, your health is important. Like, it's important to you and to your family. And these workout programs, honestly, are not asking you to do anything extreme. It's just like eating good food, working out, plugging into your community, and honestly, you'll get results, and it's fantastic. So if you're documenting your progress every week, then people are going to watch you change. And even if you lose 1 inch in a week, but you tell people how you overcame some food struggles, or how you like relied on the community in your challenge group, or how you like worked out for 6 days and you haven't done that since you were like 16 years old, right? That's the stuff that people relate to. They don't relate to a perfect body, but they do relate to an imperfect progress. Okay. So definitely do what Abby told you to do. Commit to a program, commit to your nutrition, take your weekly progress photos and measurements and share those with people. Even if you don't change a single bit, talk about what has changed internally. And Abby always says that about she writes too much, but she always has so much good stuff to say. And we always write differently. So don't compare yourself to anybody, all right? So your next goal as a coach, your first goal honestly is to take care of yourself. The best coaches are confident in what they're doing, and so like that confidence comes from the daily things that you're doing for yourself and your own goals. Okay. Your other goal as a brand new coach is to help 3 people get started in our challenge groups with a workout program and Shakeology. This is called a challenge pack, and you know what it is because you're here because you signed up with a challenge pack probably. So that is what you are enrolling people with. Start with your family, start with your friends. You're going to grow your Instagram, grow your Facebook, grow your what we call your cold market. But you also have kind of like your dirt list of people who would buy dirt from you if you were selling it. Thank God we're not selling dirt. We're actually selling like a solution to health problems. And so you can be confident in inviting your first people. You should have already talked to myself or Abby or your upline coach about how to do this. But if you haven't, like don't be afraid to reach out tomorrow. We'll share some examples of invites to send to your family and friends, those dirt list people, in our new coach training group. I was about to say challenge group. So we'll help you do this. Honestly, we want you to do this right away. When you sell a challenge pack, when you sign someone up as a customer or a coach with a challenge pack, you get 2 Success Club points. And so when you help 3 people a month, that's 6 Success Club points, and that's your basic goal as a coach. All right. So we want to help you do this. And if you hit Success Club, which means you help 3 people a month with a challenge pack, 3 out of your first 6 months as a coach, then you actually become a success starter, and it opens the door to lots of things. You get a free ticket to your summit, which is our actually our annual coach event. We're not having it this year because of COVID, but we will have it next year. And you also now, you guys, if you become a success starter, then you actually get a chance to be a test group participant in a brand new workout program. All right, so that's really cool too. And like I said, your first invites are not going to be to complete strangers. Abby said this already, but we are not going to tell you to go and invite. We're not going to tell you to go and be like, hey, do you want to join my challenge group, to people you don't even know. That's not what we're about. Your goal is to help honestly 3 people that you know. It may be some people who followed you on Facebook or Instagram, but you haven't connected with for a while. It could be like old college friends or high school friends or old coworkers. It could be your mom. It could be your sister. We definitely want to encourage you, if you have a spouse or a significant other, sign them up as a coach in your organization with a challenge pack, and that's 2 Success Club points. And honestly, you just have to trust us, but this is going to pay off in the long term. All right. So you are essentially, we are going to train you to become a conversation expert. Our goal is to teach you how to be a people person, not a salesperson, but a person who is actually invested in other people. And that starts with 1, your journey, sharing your journey on social media. 2, it starts with growing your market and talking to people every single week. You are not reaching out to people to make a sale. You're reaching out to people to actually start a relationship. And I love this part of the business. I love this part of the business. We are people. Our business is about people, and the more that we love and are concerned about other people, the more successful that you will be. When you reach out to someone to talk to them, to open the door, to start a conversation, to invite them to a challenge group, your biggest advantage that you have is when you're doing it yourself. You have a belief in the products, the programs, and you're excited to tell other people about what you are doing. And when you talk to people, when you talk to women about your challenge group, it's not like, hey, can I send you some information and get you signed up? We are about teaching you to ask other women questions. How are you feeling? What are you struggling with? What are your goals in your health and fitness, right? And really listening That's a good word to remember in your business. Listen to other people. Don't be really quick to jump to the price, the sale, all that stuff, but actually listen to women, hear their struggles, relate to their struggles, ask them questions, and really, really, really relate to what they're going through, because you probably can. Honestly, most of us can relate to struggles in health and fitness. Objections are going to be part of your job. Objections to the price, objections to time, objections to drinking a shake. You're going to hear all of it. That doesn't mean that you're not supposed to do this. That just means that you are going to get really good at telling your story and explaining it to people. A lot of people are going to want free help. But honestly, you guys, there's nobody in this world that's going to give something away for free. So don't be ashamed to say, this is what works. These are the tools that I have in my toolbox. This is how I can help you. And slow down and talk to people about what you have to offer. The cost of what we are offering people is crazy, especially this month. Challenge packs are $20 off. So they get a year membership to Beachbody On Demand, which is like thousands of workout programs, access to all of our nutrition resources, almost all of it, meal plans, all kinds of things. Our community, they get that plus 30 meals for essentially $140. You can't go join a gym for 2 or 3 months for $140, let alone get access to trainers and nutrition plans and meals, all of that. So honestly, if somebody gives you a cost objection, just be ready to talk about why this is a great deal. One of the things we want you guys to really hear is don't just word vomit on people. Abby and I probably both did this, and we want you to learn from us and our mistakes, but don't just like be quick to send a link or to send all the information or send the price. Like really and truly slow down. Talk to people, ask questions. When they answer one of your questions about their struggles, listen to it, relate to it, respond to it, and then ask the next question. So you're going to have a lot of conversations, but we want you guys to understand that honestly, 1 out of every 10 people that you invite is probably going to say yes. And that, don't let that discourage you. That's really good. You control how many people you invite. You control how many people you talk to. And so you are in control of your business. And people are going to tell you no, but we're going to tell you follow up until you die or they die, honestly, because we're not offering anything that everybody doesn't need. So just be confident in what you're doing and don't be discouraged by no's and just keep trusting the process. Okay. You want it, Abby?
Yeah. Oh, I'm unmuted. There we go. Yeah. So this is one of the things that I think sometimes hangs new coaches up. So for both Rachel and I, the Success Club, that 3 people a month, that has been a non-negotiable in our business. Like for 5 years, we've managed to make this happen. And we did not start with social media followings. We did not start with large accounts. We still have to invite guys. People just don't come flocking to us. So that's first thing is it's not hard if you make it a non-negotiable. And I think that some people treat this business like a hobby. And so when things get hard, when life gets busy, when you feel insecure, it's the first thing that you let it go. And you honestly start to lower your own bar. But if you treat this like the incredible opportunity that it is, that in a year or two, that what income could be coming in for your family, what opportunities could be opening up, you will see that pays off. But sometimes I think people have this kind of all or nothing mentality. And I always like to make sure that when someone, let's say someone expresses like, yeah, I'd love more info. And then maybe it's just not a good time for them. You know, maybe COVID happened to their family or, you know, just life hits. There are still ways that I can serve them. And it's important to me that people know that I'm not just going to say like, oh, you can't buy this. Okay, I'm out. That I still care about the goals that they told me, that I still care about being able to give them resources, whether it is something completely free, meal plan, a recipe, something like that. But there's so many things in our toolbox, like Rachel mentioned, that they can do a month of Shakeology. Maybe they just need help with nutrition. Maybe they just want a quarterly membership until their gym opens again. We get 25% commission on anything that we sell coming through. So maybe they just want some beach bars or whatever. So it's really important that you know we have so many things to offer, but also that you lead with the best solution for them, which is the challenge pack. That is the best bang for their buck. Hands down, it ends up being $11 a month right now for them, which is cheaper than any gym I know of. And so just know, like, we have so many things to help them with, and we're here to help you with those conversations, but don't just say, peace out, you can't get this month. Let's keep having those and kind of digging deep. But these types of things, these quarterly memberships, the energized standalone stuff, these are things that I pull out of my back pocket after the fact. These are not things that I lead with, if that makes sense. And then this is another thing. So you are going to hear a lot about this. You won't understand it tonight, and that is okay. But this is, if you are, I don't know if you're any, Rachel and I are both Enneagram 3s. If you are like a goal-oriented person, or you just are like, tell me the next thing to shoot for, we're going to map out your next 30 days for you and your business. So you're welcome. And you don't have to understand this tonight, but right now, you guys are all in this little line that says active coach, or I think most of you guys are. So hooray, you're on the board. That's exciting. The next thing that if you say you want to build a business that you want to do is hit what this is right here. This is Emerald. Now, I will tell you, do it in your first 30 days. I've had lots of coaches do it in their first 3 days, their first week. So Emerald is one of those things that it should not take you 30 days, I'll be honest. You guys should be doing this next week. Not to pressure you, but I just want you guys to know it's totally normal to do. And what that is that just means that you signed up your first 2 people with your discount. Now they can be working the business. That is awesome. If you have someone who wants to just jump in to do this with you and they want to jump in training with you, perfect. We will love to have them. We will welcome them here. But it's also extending your discount to people when they sign up. So when someone signs up with me, I'll be like, awesome, Rachel, I'm so excited. And we'll share resources for this with you guys in our Facebook group. But just saying something along the lines of, you're going to see me send you my coaching discount that gives you a 25% discount on anything. You're also going to get some promo codes to help out your friends and family. And as well, it's the same price. So don't make a big deal of it. Don't word vomit it. We're going to be here to help you. But we want to put this on your radar because what this does is it unlocks the compensation plan for you to where you will start earning residual income. And that is really important. It is so important to us to help you guys hit the goals and the vision that you've told us that you want for your family, for your lives, for paying things down or saving up for stuff. This is really that first step that opens that door. Now, it doesn't mean that you hit Emerald and all of a sudden you're making 6 figures. That's not what that does, but it just gives you the opportunity to start doing that. And then Diamond is the next step. So we will recommend that you guys hit this goal in your first 6 months. So that's just kind of file it away. You don't have to understand it. Just tuck it back in the back of your mind.
Sorry, I didn't mean to push you.
No, you're fine.
My kids are like, can I have ice cream? Can I have Shakeology? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm trying to talk. But yeah, so one of the things we really like to do for you guys, especially for you guys who are go-getters and are like, okay, I want to help my 3 people. I want to hit Emerald. I want to earn the income. Okay, so here too, you guys, you honestly can't earn an income unless you're serving people. And that is one of the things that really attracted me to this business. I didn't really get it in the beginning, but the more that I did it, the more I realized I can't get anywhere unless I'm bringing people along with me, right? I can't build a business or earn an income unless I'm helping women get results in their health and fitness, unless I'm helping women build a business. So that's what this slide is about. How do you earn an extra $800? In month 1, you do help those 3 people get signed up with a challenge pack. That will yield you $150 in commission. Month 2, you do it again, and you have people who are ordering their Shakeology again from the first month, right? And then you do that again in month 3, and then boom, you are at $792. And that's just if you help the minimum of 3 people. So that the income potential in this business is there. It is really and truly about just doing the little things that we're going to teach you how to do on a consistent basis. And honestly, I want to teach you guys to build your business Monday through Friday. I do work on Saturdays, not as much as I do the rest of the week, but I pretty much take Sunday off. So you can build this business in the amount of time that you have, and we're going to teach you how to do that for sure. And it really and truly, like, really connecting with people and building trust and integrity in your business starts with you doing the workouts, following the nutrition plans, drinking your shake, and you start immediately to share your journey on social media. And what we want to teach you as a coach is that, yes, you're a coach, but you're not just a coach. You are a wife, a mom, a believer, a traveler, I don't know, there's all kinds of people here. And so that's what we're going to help you figure out, is how to share all aspects of your journey. And we've got these two grids here to show you Abby's life, my life. They're a little dated. We really need to update these. But, Abby is like, she's a mom of some smaller kids. She's got recipes, she's got faith stuff, she's got, like, little Caleb going to school with his backpack. She talks a lot about how she used to have to send him off to school every day to go to a full-time job, and how coaching allows her to stop doing that. Coaching allowed her to be a mom, to be a present mom, to be a homeschool mom. And so, like, her story is that. My story is that I have two older boys. I'm a believer too. Sisterhood is part of that. Like, I have this book about being a mom. I have my coffee cup sitting on my couch. I have my transformation. So you can see I'm not just posting about health and fitness. I'm posting about, 3 or 4 different aspects of my life. And so that's what we're going to help you figure out as you start to share your journey on social media. You're honestly going to connect with people over a lot of different things that are unrelated to health and fitness. And those relationships will translate into conversations about your challenge group. All right. So just be aware of that and be mindful of that. And as you're posting, just, like, every now and then look at your social media feed and say, is it too much about fitness? Is it too much about coaching? And if it is, like, talk to us and we're going to help you work through that. So again, you're going to post about things like daily life. I posted tonight just about, you guys, life is insane. Life is insane. The world is insane. And we, honestly, I believe that here as coaches, we have an opportunity not just to help women and encourage women in faith and fitness, but honestly to be a bright, bright light in a world that is living in darkness. And I had people message me every day and say, Rachel, how are you so bold in talking about your faith, talking about Jesus? Honestly, God allowed me to grow that boldness in the last 6 years. And I see coaching and social media, Instagram, Facebook, as a platform to, above all else, point other people to Christ. And if I'm doing that, then I can be confident in the work that He has called me to do. So share daily life, share what you believe in, share about your kids' funnies or struggles or whatever. Share your workout clips. We are encouraging women in health and fitness. And if people don't see you working out, if they don't see your stories of your workout every day and a couple of sweaty selfies a week, then when you got to ask them to join your challenge group and work out with you, they're going to be like, what in the world is she talking about? Okay. So be proof that the products work. That means show people what you're doing. Share your go-go juice, share your Shakeology. You're not going to hear myself or Abby or any of our other coaches really talk about Energize or Shakeology a whole lot. Not because we don't want people to know about it, but honestly, when you share the name of a product, they're going to go research it, and they're either going to buy it themselves, or they're going to buy it from somebody else, or they're going to look at the price and not understand what it is. So whenever we share every morning about our go-go juice, people are like, hey, I want some of that. You use it every day, right? When we share about our superfoods or our tasty shake, we talk about what it does for our bodies. And so that helps you create credibility and integrity in your business. All right. We're going to educate people. We are going to teach you guys to give more than you take. And what that means is that you are adding value to people's lives. Maybe it's a recipe. Maybe it's some tips on how to get your kids to eat clean. Maybe it is a devotional that you're reading and you want to share with other people. But we're going to encourage you to give, and then ask people to join your challenge group. But you definitely have to be inviting and talking about your challenge groups in order to get people to join you. All right. Share things that you love. You know, like if you go look at mine and Abby's Instagram feeds or our stories, we're definitely sharing things that we love. People love to hear about devotions that you're doing, the type of Bible that you use, about, you know, kids' clothes or products that you use. Share about things that you love and add value, and people will always, always, always come back to your feed. Okay. Here, Abby, you can take this one. You're good at this one.
Yeah. So this is like, first of all, can you say how pretty Rachel is? I love this photo of her. This one, guys, is one of my first posts, like in my first few months of coaching. It's so embarrassing to post this, and do not waste your time going back 5 years worth of posts, but Rachel has similar ones. This is where we started. So I think sometimes it's really easy to start as a new coach and be like, if you're like us, like, I can't, like, I don't even know how to do social media. Like, your feeds are so good, guys. It took us 5 years of showing up and failing forward daily. And I still have posts that bomb, but this is so important just to be consistent, because you will not get better. Just like a workout, you have to show up daily. And you do another rep, you get off your toes on those push-ups, like just like that, it's this. And so do not be salesy. Don't do what I did, okay? No one wants spammy $10 off with the order of. Yes, it's great to highlight your challenger success stories, but this does not catch your eye. This screams sales, and it's not fun. Rachel right here, this photo makes you stop your scroll. It's light, bright, it's eye-catching, it's her. It's not with the numbers put on top of it. And she speaks right here to a very specific girl. It's like, I want to lean in and hear what she has to say. So this is a really good example. We do not want you guys doing what I did, okay? We want you telling your story using images that are not going to be like, oh man, she's just selling something, or something like that. So your social media feeds are not to put where you put sales. Okay, go ahead, Debbie. And this one is kind of what I was alluding to. So just like your fitness journey, your business is not going to blow up overnight. We are not going to sit here and tell you that you're going to make 6 figures tomorrow, okay? Is there an opportunity to build this into $1 million business? Absolutely. Like, there absolutely is, but it's going to happen through you showing up every single day. Just like in a workout, you have to track to see your success with your weights, with your reps, things like that. In this business, you're going to live and breathe by the business activity tracker that Rachel talked about. It's in your Coach Online office. You're going to hear us continue to talk about it. That's going to show you where your things are lacking. You know, you can actually look at that and say, okay, this week is low because I didn't do this, so I need to tweak that. You're going to have those twofold successes. Your public and private, you know, those public wins of you hit emerald, you hit diamond, and then maybe you just being brave privately and sharing your story, or being consistent, getting out of your comfort zone. If you think about workouts, you know, when you get sick or you have to stop for some reason, and then you try to go run again and you're like dying and it's only been a week and you're like, oh my gosh, that's this with this business, guys. If I could give one piece of advice to new coaches, it's to not stop. It is going to feel hard. It is going to feel uncomfortable, because just like when you start anything new, a new class, a new job, a new hobby, there is a learning curve. But if you stop because it's scary or hard or you're nervous, it is going to get so much harder to recreate momentum. So just keep taking baby steps, one step at a time. Your tracker doesn't have to be perfect. Your post doesn't have to be perfect, but don't stop. Comparison is the thief of joy. This is something we both struggle with. I know when Rachel and I are both open about that. This business is social media based. And it's so easy to look around and be like, well, I'm not as far as she is, or she's getting all the shout outs. But let me remind you tonight that your story matters. You are here for a purpose, that everything in your life that you have gone through is preparing you for who you are going to be. And so if you just keep showing up and you put your blinders on and you run your race in your business, it will happen. I was a late bloomer in this business, not because I wasn't trying, but my success did not come overnight, and I didn't give up. And then all of a sudden, you know, a year or two in, the ball started to roll, and I was like, okay, I'm so glad I didn't quit. And don't overcomplicate it. We take care of ourselves. We get our results. We share it in authentic and engaging ways that add a value to others, and we help them get their results too. That's all that we do. So if you work it, it is going to work. I'll get off my soapbox.
Uh, I love it. I love it. I hope that you hear what she said, that your success is not comparable to anyone else's. You honestly get out of this business what you put into it. And sometimes what you get out of it takes a year or two. I mean, Abby and I we're both really slow builders, honestly, but we had our head down. We struggled with comparison. We did the things that we want you not to do, but I feel like we have that experience to really serve you and help you. So don't compare. Don't follow coaches that you find yourself comparing yourself to, and just tell your story. But we talked about Achieving Success Club, and that is helping 3 people every single month get started with a challenge pack. There are some other ways to achieve Success Club. We do want you to get people signed up with workouts and Shakeology, but here are just a couple of other examples, and I won't spend too much time on this, but we'll share it again and again. But there are a few ways to hit Success Club, so just be aware of that, and honestly, try the products. You know, if you sign your husband up with a challenge pack and you want to order the performance line for him or under him, so you get to try it yourself, you can do that. But we'll talk about that kind of stuff more and more as we go forward into the month. Can you guys tell me in the chat bar, did you get the $10 off promo codes when you signed up as a coach? I think it's been a little bit different this last couple of months. Our challenge packs are $20 off, which is a crazy deal. They're normally not, but any challenge pack that's $150 or more, you get $20 off of it this month. So that is very much to your advantage as a new coach, but a lot of times they give you guys $10 off too. So I don't know if you have both of those or not, but whenever you we want you honestly to enroll your spouse, if you have a spouse, as a coach under you with a challenge pack. You can use that $10 off if you have it, but when you enroll someone under you with a challenge pack, you get 2 points, and there's nothing wrong with enrolling your spouse as a coach under you right away. I did that, and it's paid off big time in our income and our business, so we definitely encourage you to do that. Ask your best friend to do this with you. Say, hey, I'm working out. I'm drinking this shake that is just like tastes amazing. I have this group of women who's holding me accountable. I would love for you to be one of the first people to do this with me. And talk to them about it. You know, you should have already made your coach announcement, unless you're a brand new coach, but made that coach announcement and sharing with your followers, hey, I'm committing to taking care of myself. I'm committing to honoring God with my body. This is where I've been, and this is where I want to go. And I want to take 3 people with me to do it with me, right? So that's how you share publicly. And we've given you guys some examples of that, and we will definitely give you more, okay? So what now? In your coach online office at some point, we'll definitely share this. I know it's in our coach mentorship, but you want to print 4 business activity trackers. This is a business activity tracker. It starts every Thursday, so it'll start over tomorrow, and it tells you exactly what to do in your business. This is what I mean, you can see mine. This is from my last week, and I still use this tracker, even though I'm 6 years into coaching, you guys. It works. But print 4 business activity trackers. Commit to your workout program. Drink your shake. You guys, don't let that shake sit in the bag. Drink it. Reap the benefits of what Shakeology is. Do your personal development. We've told you to get the Slight Edge. Get it on CD if you have to. Listen to it in the car. For some reason, I don't think it's on Audible. But get the book, whatever you need to do. And start to share your journey on social media. It will be sloppy. It will be messy. You will feel uncomfortable. You will feel odd and awkward talking about workouts and stuff. But I promise you, that is exactly where we started. You cannot wait until you're ready or until you're done with this new coach training. You can't wait until you finish a program to start sharing. People are going to relate to where you are right now, today, and they will follow your journey if you start to share it. But if you don't share it, you're not going anywhere. All right. So social media is your platform. Social media is like your business, like your bricks and mortar business. And if you're not sharing, if you're not talking about it, it's like your doors of your business are closed. All right. So trust us on that. Use your business activity tracker, make your coach announcement if you have not already, and let's get started. Abby, do you want to talk to them about inviting to our challenge group and what they're inviting to?
Yeah. So what I would recommend doing is, I think, Rachel, is yours starting the 14th as well? Mine's kicking off prep week. Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. So we are both doing challenge groups kicking off prep week next Monday. And then our group is going to be kicking off officially on that third Monday of the month. And so what you can do is, as you connect with people, you know, after you make your coach announcement post, as people are liking, commenting, or honestly, if you just have a couple gals that you're like, I would love to do this with her, like reach out to them specifically and say like, hey, I was thinking about you because you've always, you know, encouraged me, or I know you have similar goals. Like, make it personal. Just say like, I'm so excited. I am going to be co-leading with my, you know, and sharing my journey here. A really awesome group. It's going to be in an app. We're going to go together and we are going to get in quick, effective workouts that you will have fun with. We're going to be talking about clean eating and nutrition with summer-friendly recipes. You're not going to be cutting out carbs or eliminating treats from your life. You are going to be getting results, and we're going to have some fun accountability. And it's just like, make it exciting, make it fun, because that is what it is. So as people are liking your posts, as they start to watch your stories, just connect with them and say something like, hey, Rachel, thank you so much for the love on my coach announcement post. You know, I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited. I'm actually kicking off an accountability boot camp or challenge group, whatever you want to call it, this next week. Would you like more info on it? I would love to chat. Just shoot them that message. Thank them for connecting with you. You know, be vulnerable with them, and then ask them if they would like more info on what you're doing. And then again, connect with those people that you really feel led kind of on your heart, that you're like, I would love, like, I really want to make sure she gets invited. Maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's a mom from church, or I don't know, something. Connect with them individually. It's not spammy, guys, to invite. It is not salesy. It is not awkward when you approach it from an attitude of excitement and authenticity. And you're just going to continue sharing your journey. And some people might not respond, and some people might say no thanks. And it's not going to deflate your sales. You're just going to keep sharing your journey, because they're going to be watching you now. And they're going to be like, what is this thing that she's talking about? So give them something to watch. So expectations, I mean, we've kind of gone over this a little bit, but an hour a day. When I started this business, I was working full time. My husband was gone a lot. My son was 1. And so I would work mostly when my son went to bed. That's where I got 90% of my work done, is I'd plop down on the couch from about 9 to 11 at night, and I would catch up on a call. I would send my invites. If I had a lunch break at work, I'd take 20 minutes, maybe write my post for that evening or something like that. But I've always worked my business, and I know Rachel has as well, in little pockets of my day. So you do not need, I will work this business for 8 hours a day because it's so fun and I love it. You don't need that, but you do need to show up with focus and intention for an hour. So if all you have is an hour, if all you have is 15 minutes, work does not count by scrolling through and seeing what we posted today to get inspo, right? It doesn't, that's not counting. It's the actual action of, okay, did I do my workout? Did I do my personal development? Did I connect with 3 people today? Like, actually tracking it. We want you to share your tracker. We'll have a post on Thursdays for you to drop it, and we want you to screenshot it and not be embarrassed. If it's not all filled out, that's okay. We want you to just be taking action, so we're going to have to do that accountability. Business activity tracker, Carmela, that's what that stands for. So that tracker we've been talking about. The new coach calls on Wednesdays. We do record these, but we would love if you show up in person, because it allows us to actually connect with you and to answer questions live. Fail forward. Guys, it's not going to be perfect. We keep saying that not to scare you, but just to take away any feeling that you're not doing enough. But just keep going. And Achieve Success Club. So you're going to help those 3 people. And again, we've both mentioned that signing up your spouse, especially if you're going to build this business, that's 1 person already done. And it's such a game changer. So I would recommend, again, if you haven't done that yet, using your promo code and signing them up with something like the 3-day refresh. Don't do Beachbody on Demand. We don't want you paying double for stuff, but 3-day refresh or ultimate portion fix or 2B mindset. If you don't have those yet, trying a new flavor of Shakeology, like, we can help you with that, but that's a really good way to kind of get one of those 3 people just checked off the list. So yeah, questions? Do you guys have questions for us? I know we just gave you a lot of info. We have a couple minutes left, so what can we help with, if anything?
Hi, I have a quick question. So I am a little bit nervous about because my social account, I get so annoyed when people start to just overwhelm me with fitness stuff. So would you discourage a coaching account, which I know a couple of people who have coaching accounts and personal accounts? Is there a good way to meld those, or should you not do both?
I think either I had, and I know Rachel say, I had a personal account on Instagram and I never post on it now. I totally abandoned it. But I think that I do a mix. I'm not if you go look at our social media, it's not just all, my workouts are every day in my stories, but it's not all of my feed. It's there a couple times a week. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
If that helps,
Yeah. Taylor, do you know, off the top of your head, how many followers you have?
My personal account,
Mm-hmm.
I've 715-ish.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you create a new account, you are starting from nothing. And honestly, I know from personal experience and for most of us, our first challengers are those people who already know us and follow us. So, yeah, like Abby said, if you go and we don't want you to compare yourselves to us by any means, but we do feel like we kind of lead you by example. My last 6 posts, one is a fitness post. Okay. So we are showing up every single day in our stories with our fitness and our inspiration. But honestly, our post, our feed is more so a really good, well-rounded representation of who we are. And so people connect with me over faith, over family, over marriage things and things like that. So, and then those conversations turn into people that I can invite into my challenge group. So I always discourage creating another account because you basically have to do more work to build up your following and build up your brand and things like that. And you really already have a following. You already have a brand. And so now you're just bringing fitness into that, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, that's super helpful.
Really good question. What?
That's super helpful. I appreciate it.
Okay, good. Brandy, you said you're getting a lot of silence on invites. You're waiting 48 hours for follow-ups. Any other tips? Okay. So are you inviting people that you already know? What you can unmute yourself if you want to. Are these people that you already know, in love, or are they new people, or what? I'll let you answer. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So it is people that I already know, and some of them I know well, but just it's kind of the first thing I said, I'll get silence, and then there's 3 of them that I've kind of made it to the email, and now it's silent.
Okay. All right. So I was talking to another coach about this today. Somebody, it was Lindsay, she was on earlier, she had to go, but she was like, I had this girl and she was all into it and she was ready to sign up. I sent her share card and then boom, she just went silent for a week. And I told her, Lindsay, you have no idea what she's going through, what's going on in her life or anything. And so 2 weeks later, Lindsay's like, hey, that girl I was telling you about? She came into my inbox and she's ready to sign up. And she just really got sidetracked by life. So you have to remember that people are just like us. And they have kids crawling all over them, and they have bills they got to pay, and they have sports starting back and things like that. So I think that so long as you continue to follow up, something that I like to say, Brandy, to people I'm following up with is, hey, I didn't want you to think I'd forgotten about you. I do have these promo codes I get to use this month, and I know you had this goal of insert their goal. Are you still ready to do that, or do you want to wait until July or something? I kind of give them a way out because sometimes they have questions, and you following up opens the door for them to ask questions or something like that. But honestly, you're going to talk to a lot of people, especially in the beginning, and they're just watching you. You just started to share workout posts and stories and things like that. So you're very much building up some credibility. And I'll tell you, my first challengers, my first month were my husband, my college roommate from high school, and a girl from high school. My college roommate and then a girl from high school, you know. And so like, just Brady, your posts are amazing. Like, you're so good with your words. I love watching you. So like, just keep doing it, and I promise you that that momentum, that slight edge that we're teaching you guys, it pays off. Okay. But yeah, follow up 24, 48 hours. If they don't respond, you can follow up next month, or, you know, but following up is a big thing.
I'm looking at Carmela's question. So she asked too, so would you recommend Instagram or Facebook? I know I prefer Instagram, but I built my business for the first 2 years on Facebook, but I would suggest whichever one you use more and I like more, do that. And then you can copy and paste your stuff over to the other one. But if you prefer Instagram, then rock Instagram. And I wouldn't necessarily, like, you can post your stuff to Facebook, but don't feel like you have to do different content for both or anything like that. I personally feel like Instagram is easier to make connections on. I love stories and people watch them more on Instagram. So that's why I prefer it. And then how do you invite at least 3 people to join your team? So we kind of walked you through that tonight, but connecting with people. So people that you know well right now that you want to have jump in your boot camp with you, ask them like, hey, I'm about to start, or I'm doing fill in the blank program. I would love some extra accountability. Like, do you want to be my workout buddy? Let's do it together. It doesn't have to be this heavy, scary thing. So just go connect with them. But then it all ties together, right? So if you are sharing consistently on Instagram or Facebook your journey, if you're showing up every day in your stories and you're talking about your workouts and you're getting results and you're loving your life and all this stuff, then they're watching you every day, and that's how you invite them as well. So we're going to dive deeper into this, I think, next week with kind of social media and invites and stuff like that, but it really all bleeds together. So when someone is new to following me, I don't just send them an invite to my boot camp. I will thank them for following me. I'll ask them how I can serve them better or what they're following me for. But then if they continue to watch my stuff every day, you better believe it, next week they're getting an invite from me, because I'm so consistent in sharing what I do that I'm very comfortable if they are continuing to watch my stories, saying like, hey, I see you watching my stuff this week. Like, are you interested in learning more about my June boot camp? I'm so excited for it. Like, let's talk. So that's, I think, keeping it really simple, and not overcomplicating it to where you get paralyzed, but just go think of 3 people right now that you would love to be your workout buddies in your group, and go send them an invite and tell them that, voice message them that, like, get excited to share it, and then continue being consistent on your social media so that those people who may not be as closely connected to you right now start to get to know you, and they start to see what you have to offer and what you're doing. And so it all kind of ties together. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, and it's totally a process of doing and learning and doing again, and you grow in confidence with every day. So we're here to just remind you of that. Okay. Anybody else? These are good questions.
I've got a question, and it's kind of
Go for it.
sorry. It kind of goes off of, and I can't remember her name. The first one who asked the question, Taylor. So currently my Instagram is private, and
you muted yourself.
thanks.
There you go.
Is that better? Okay. So my question is, my husband and I have always tried to keep posts with our kids private, and so my Instagram is private. And so like, I feel like, I don't know if everyone else's has public accounts or like how you go about doing that, but my husband has a huge Instagram account, and like years ago when he started doing that, we made a rule that like our kids would not be on his account because he has like 45,000 people, like, it's just kind of like weird to me that all these people would see my kids. So like, I don't know how to kind of go, and because right now I don't want to make a whole other account. So I don't know how to do that.
So I think you have to go with your gut. Honestly, I know of coaches who have private accounts and are successful. I think it takes a lot more work and intentionality, finding followers and stuff like that, because you can't rely on hashtags. So if you want to keep it private, I think it's just going to honestly increase your work, and you just have to know that. Like, you have to be extra intentional in that, because you'll just have a little bit of a leg up to do. And then you're gonna have to vet every follower. For me personally, so on Facebook, I toggle my privacy settings. So if my kids are in my post, only my friends can see it. If it's just me doing whatever, it's public. On Instagram, you can't do that. So I do have my kids, and for now, but I'm very intentional with what I share of them. And what I mean by that is, like, I have the cutest pictures of my daughter in the bathtub, like she's 2, and it's just the cutest little bubbles on her head. Even if you can't see anything, I will never share that on its stories or anything, even if there was nothing showing, just because I don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm very, like, people probably think I share everything in my life on my stories, but I'm actually very intentional and strategic with what people know about my kids, or location tagging or things like that. And I'm very fast with the block button. If anyone, like, even if they don't say anything, if someone's like, I don't like how they look, block, like, I just block people every day. Not that I'm a jerk, but I'm just picky with who's on my feed. So that's how I navigate it. But I think it's really an issue where, you know, it has to be something you and your husband are on the same page with. I know a top coach who never shows her daughter's face and doesn't even say her name on social media. Mm-hmm. And she talks about it. And she's open about that in her stories of, like, I just don't share her. And so I think you have to feel good about it. For me, my kids are just a huge part of why I do this. And for now, I feel comfortable sharing them. That may change. So I don't know if that helps, but I think it's something you're constantly having to navigate a little bit and make the right call. But I don't think there's a one size fits all answer.
Yeah, we have what we have learned from a coach who's, like, crushing it lately, honestly. And her account is private, but she's growing her following every day. So she's growing the number of people who are watching her and engaging with her. So you're just not searchable, I guess, if you're private. Well, you're searchable, but people can't see your content if you're private. And that, I agree with Abby. I agree with everything she said.
Mm-hmm. I think it's cool. Yeah, and make sure your husband's in line with it. Like, this business should never cause tension.
Right.
And I will sometimes check, even for my own post. I'll be like, are you okay with me posting this? You know? And he's like, oh yeah. Or sometimes he'll say no. And I'm like, okay. I was joking with him the other day. I was like, man, if I just took pictures in my underwear, I'd probably get way more sales. Like, but I just don't feel comfortable with that. And he doesn't. And that's just not my brand. So we're laughing about it. So I think you just have to own you and how you share, whether that's just the back of your kids' heads or maybe they're all over you or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good questions. Anything else you guys need tonight? So what you're going to see from us is you will see either Rachel or myself or some of our leaders in that new coach page every day in some form. Sometimes it might be a pop-up, like, work with us hour that is in the page, so you can't be on live. You know, you can catch it and be like, okay, how do you do your invites? Or just, you'll see kind of little daily things over the next few weeks. But in the meantime, what your job is to go through, like Rachel said, watch those new coach training videos in the back office. They really give you the nuts and bolts. Be back here next Wednesday. Show up every day with the tracker. And if you guys have questions, please post them in the group. We can answer them, or in your little new coach pods. Like, just ask away. Like, we would rather have you ask lots and lots of questions and not go radio silent. Like, we want to be here to help you navigate those things, but just show up tomorrow. If you haven't done your coaching post, do it tonight or do it tomorrow morning, and just start taking action and shout yourself out. We were here to cheer you on, and we'll kind of just go from there. Does that sound good? Doable?
Yeah. And can I say a prayer for you guys before we go? Before we leave you to go do the things. All right. God, I thank you so much for tonight. God, thank you for these women who showed up, who are stepping outside their comfort zone to be a light for you, but also to be a light to encourage other women in health and fitness, God. And I pray that you would help equip myself and Abby and our leaders to lead them well. God, I pray that you would make them bold in the message that you are laying on their heart. God, I pray that you would give them clarity in their message and in their conversations. And I pray that you would please go before them to prepare the hearts of women who will join them in their accountability groups, in their teams, God. And I just pray that you would please strengthen them and embolden them and give them courage and help them overcome any fraudy feelings or any doubt that Satan plants in their heart, God. Thank you so much for this business. Thank you so much for this work. It is such worthy work, God. And I pray that you would please make each of us just worthy communicators of what we are offering and what we can do through this opportunity. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, you guys. Good night. We'll be back next week to talk more about social media. All right. Bye.